Hey! Oh, there he is.
Sorry, mate. That was all over the place. How are you, Paul?
Yeah, I'm very good. How are you two?
Thanks for coming on today.
No problem. Happy to come on.
Can't wait to delve into your little.
Should we explain why Paul's on?
So I was on Deal or No Deal about 12 years ago now. A lot of time's gone.
So you were actually picked to sit at the central.
My name. There's a random generator that comes up. Paul, it's your turn.
Fuck. Where do we start?
Okay, I know. How do you get to that point where you're in the studio? Let's take one step back. You're at home.
We'll take a million steps back.
Yeah, a million steps back. Paul, where were you when your journey started?
So let's go, say, 12 and a half years ago.
I'm so in now. I love the fact we've gone half a year back.
We're going to go a little bit, not too far back, but we're going to go about 12 and a half years back. Now, I lost my job because I wasn't very good at it. And I thought, I want money. But then I thought, instead of just going the traditional route, let's go and get another job. I thought, why don't I go on a game show?
That's insane.
That is a terrible idea.
Well,
I would never think of that.
That's what I
Paul,
thought.
you need to talk into
I know how I can make money. I'll go on television. Now, not the brightest spark. So I can't go on like anything where you need to answer questions.
Chase, for example.
Can't do it.
No,
because that kicked off. You're not going to win anything. So what's a random kind of UK TV show? Deal or No Deal? Because it's just run out. I just pick numbers.
So you didn't see something. You hunted it out. You didn't see an advert for like Deal or No. You hunted how to get on it. Wow,
no, I just thought I just want to go on this show. And it looks, looks fantastic.
What did you do? What did you do? How did you find out?
So, Google Deal or No Deal, how to get on the show. And at the time, it was just a web form. You just fill the form in. I can't remember now. I think there was questions.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to see if it was still there. Then I remembered the show wasn't on anymore. I was going to see if the form was still there.
Do you know what? I had a look, actually. I didn't know whether it was still on. I thought Edmonds would still be. Decade. Has he not?
No. No one cares.
Not a decade. Yeah. It's
ages ago. No one cares.
It's irrelevant. Thanks for coming on.
Well, so filled in the form and they had like little questions on there. I think it was something like, tell me about yourself. So obviously tried to be a bit funny in there and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, I got an email saying, come to an audition in Manchester.
Audition? You have to go for an audition.
Oh, it gets more serious than that.
Fucking hell.
So I walked into a room. There must have been...
Where was this?
In Manchester, in is it the Palace Hotel?
In Manchester. It's filmed in Bristol, so they make you go to Manchester.
No, I think they do where you are. They have like hotspots.
Oh, you're up north, are you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I live down south, but from up north originally. And I walked into this room. There must have been 200 people there, and all like sat in a circle. Like there was probably like 5 or 6 circles. And you all kind of go in and you sit next to each other, and you had it was just a whole diverse group of people.
Are you nervous?
No, I felt fine.
No, now you're feeling, you seem agitated. No.
Chill out, Paul.
Well, you got to remember, if this was maybe 6 months ago, I'd be fine. But now this is it's the biggest podcast in the country, right?
Do you think everyone else is skint?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Either skin.
So you walked into that room. I'd be so nervous. All those.
Yeah.
So I walked in the room, and the person said, "Go and sit over there." And I walked to the middle of my circle and went, "Hi, everyone. Welcome to Deal or No Deal." And everyone looked. They thought I was the guy.
Oh, God. That.
And I was like,
hang on a minute. You did what?
Wow.
Yeah. Loads of confidence.
Let's put a pin in that. Let's work out. Paul, what was your thinking of doing?
If I was producer, I would have thrown you out of the room, Paul.
No. But
I was on a horn.
I just thought, what can I do to be funny? I think probably I felt it's so awkward. Like, can I just do something and then it puts me like, you're just the kooky guy now and everything else is fine.
Did you want to be the kook? Right, okay. That's a bold first move.
It is a bold.
You rolled the dice, Paul, and obviously it worked. Fair play.
Well, that got me I just sat down and then they took you into another room one by one and they filmed you for 1 minute. So the producer would sit opposite you. They go, "Okay, you've got 1 minute talk."
What about what?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. Just talk in front of the camera. That's what, yeah. And honestly, you run out of things very quick. After about 20 seconds, I was like, no idea what to talk about here. And I kicked it off. I've lost my job. I'm ginger. I'm 6'5", and this and that. And then I was like, no idea what to talk about now. I think I started talking about
20
football.
Seconds.
Oh, right. Yeah. A minute's a long time. At one point, I said, "I'm handsome," right at the end. And then I thought, what am I doing? Go home. That's embarrassing. Handsome. And the producer was just like, I think 12 years ago.
So you finished a minute, then what? You got sent.
So then you get sent back in your room and then you sat. Yeah. And you
last one bit, were you happy with how your minute went?
No, I just thought, I'm going home now.
So you thought you're done. You're out.
But then I'll tell everyone I auditioned and I actually stood in the middle of everyone and went, "Hi, it's me. I'm part of the show." Yeah. And then that'll be my thing.
Yeah.
And then it went very X Factor, very quick. So producer comes in. "If I call your name, can you please get up and come into the other room?" And everyone was like, "Ooh." And honestly, it was tense.
Did they read one at a time or was it a list?
So it'd just be like, read them out, and people would just kind of go, and people were walking out, didn't call my name. And I thought, obviously, they probably just think, as you would say, Pratt, what's he doing? Get him out of here type of thing. And then we were in the room together. So I think the room must have quartered. And then producer walks in. "Congratulations, everyone. You've made it onto the show."
Why on earth did they do it that way round?
Yeah, X Factor. So they had a no room and a yes room.
And you thought you were the no room?
We thought we were the no rooms. We thought, well, if they call your name to go. And then we were like looking at who's got the personality that I've left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was very confident and he's gone. So he's probably in. The good looking girl, they're probably in. But no, other way around.
How did you feel when you heard that news?
Honestly, made up. I thought this is fantastic.
But can you imagine being in the other group thinking you're through, cock of the hoop, and then you go, "No, I don't know why we did that, but we've got you through," thinking but you're not, you're out. That's
exactly
horrible.
Right. And they might have got up going, "Oh, well, the tall ginger guy, he's there, so we must be the winners." But no, I was the winner.
So they said you're going to be on it.
Yeah.
So that's you. You're through. You're in the show.
That's the big guy.
How long between that moment and getting sent to that strange hotel that were?
Yeah. So what I didn't realise is the structure.
Well, wasn't it a bit? Didn't you have to stay in a hotel for like 3 years before you went on the show?
4 years. Yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 4. So I think I got an email to say, "Congratulations, you're on the show. Here's kind of the dates." And you have to go down to Bristol to the studios. So got the train down there and then you all stay in a hotel.
What are you wearing?
What was I wearing? I can't remember. Let's go 12 years ago. So I was probably, them beanie hats that were really long at the back. I would have had one of them on.
Tell me you weren't wearing that.
Jeans were baggy. Back then, weren't they?
Oh, so you went casual. You didn't get all suited and booted.
No, well, you don't know, do you?
No.
Can I ask another question? How many people had you told at this point you're going to be on the show?
Oh, so family and friends, they all know.
Group text, round robin text
didn't exist, did it? Back then, we weren't in WhatsApp groups, or WhatsApp didn't exist.
Oh, okay.
And then you're probably on SMS, so you're paying, 10p a message? So there wasn't a lot of messages going on.
I'd have stuck a couple hundred in.
Yeah, but that's you, isn't it?
Yeah, very
Old Moneybags Wilkinson over here.
Well, that's true, old money.
That inherited money.
Yeah, exactly. Blue blood.
Yeah, so we went down there. We stay in a hotel. And I don't know whether you know the structure of the show, but everyone that goes down gets on the show.
No,
so
didn't know that.
You have all the people that stand, don't you, with a box in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, they all actually go in the middle?
Yeah, each one of them people get a go.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
So our group went down. So then the previous group are there. And as one comes off, one of our group goes in.
Oh, I see. Being subbed in.
Yeah, exactly right.
So how long are you waiting for? Is it?
Well, so
where are you going to? You're going to a hotel?
Yeah, where did you arrive? When you arrived, did you go straight to the studio or did you go to the Holiday Inn?
I think it was Bristol. What was it called? Yeah, it was one of kind of like your classic like Premier Inns, Holiday Inns type shenanigans. And then I think we all went to the hotel first and then they coached us over to the studio and a show was on. And we went into the green room at the back, which had like a little screen of what was going on.
What was the green room like?
Unlike anything I've ever seen before in my entire life. And you had
like a spaceship.
It wasn't like a spaceship. It was just like, you know, when you see the behind the scenes of somewhere, it's actually a bit more shit than what you think it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you kind of like, you've seen back rooms, haven't you?
No, but I thought you were going to say this was like incredible in a good way.
No, it was like, there was like people's clothes everywhere. There was like bags. And then it was like previous winners. But
this was a green room.
What do you mean previous? What, pictures of previous winners?
Yeah, previous people that have, with the boxes with a big smile on the face. But then they've not kept that wall up to date. You know what I mean?
So it's like 12 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then before.
Is there camaraderie at this point? Is everyone's
not really. It's a bit tense.
Everyone's keeping their cards close to their chest.
Yeah, because it's a weird scenario. You're just a bunch of strangers that are about to go on to a deal or no deal.
Are you though? Isn't it one at a time? I don't understand.
So you're in a pod of people. So there must have been maybe 20 of us. And then because they film, I think it's 4 shows a day.
Right. Yeah.
And they're quite long shows, probably about 3 hours. Something like
that. Record for one show?
For one show. Lots of editing. There's a lot. And then you see Edmonds for the first time, just on screen. Like, oh my God, he's over there. Look at him. Beautiful man, tiny, but gorgeous.
What do you mean tiny?
What physically? Physically,
I know, but how tall?
Yeah, so I'm tall.
Does he come to your shoulders? Right.
Oh, I'm saying belt buckle, belly button in that area.
Is he really? He's quite compact.
Oh, he must be. Yeah, but he's slender.
Is he? He hasn't got an ounce of fat in him, is he?
Stout.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no.
When he's not dealing or dealing, he's working out.
I think he's in the gym. I think he is in the gym.
So you're looking at a monitor of Noel Evans in the studio recording
but it's raw. It's the raw footage.
Is he doing a show at this point? Or is he?
He was doing a show. Yeah.
Right.
And then I can't remember what happened after that. I think then people all came and we all had like a mingle. Then we hear the first bit of advice from the existing dealers, because they've been there for like 2 or 3 weeks now, these people.
Hang on a minute, sorry. You've watched the recording then they've stopped recording and those contestants have come into the green room.
So they must have finished and then they've come in. So then Day's done a filming, or there was probably a break between the handovers. There must have been maybe half an hour, and there was chats. And then,
so they've been there for like a few days or weeks.
Are you slightly in awe of them, or are you absolutely?
Yeah. No, it's like I don't know. It's like a Premier League football team coming in, and you're just kind of like one of the mascots or something, and you're just kind of like, ooh. And then there's the really confident leader that kind of comes in, and they're just like, "Hi, welcome." It's a.
Well, is this one of the contestants, or what? Someone who's worked?
So one of the contestants gets voted daddy.
Fuck off.
And mummy. Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
So you're like leader of the group, the daddy of the group, the one that looks after everybody else, make sure everyone's fine. Oh, what? Yeah.
So have you called it daddy or have they called it daddy?
They call it daddy. And daddy came over and one of the first things he said is, watch out for the moles. And we were like, what do you mean, the moles? And he said, everyone is listening. Like a little bit of advice.
this is sorry, you've just arrived in Bristol.
This is like in the green room, yeah. And then there's like meet and greets, and then there's all these like little chats going on. And then it got very mole heavy very quick.
Like you're a spy or something. Like you're going to be. Like,
come on, Joe. Very mole heavy. This is your little.
Hello.
That's what I was waiting for.
Tell me about Deal or No. Sorry, I didn't hit that shot.
Oh,
sorry.
Can Moley stay, mate?
Joe, so I just...
Moley can stay, sure.
Yeah.
You stick around, Moley.
I was just listening in the background. Oh, really knows his stuff, doesn't he, David?
Yeah.
Isn't this when Bong Bong comes in, or what?
Yeah. I fucking hate these guys.
Oh,
I get really hot and uncomfortable.
Tell me more about the night.
You want to slow down a bit more than you.
Okay, so when you're sat in the green room and you're chatting about moles, at what point do you know when you're going to have to join them? How long are you away from home for? So have they let you know?
Can we talk about moles a little bit more? Because I didn't understand. Sure. And then go to that. Because what you mean by moles, everyone's listening. So that's not enough info for me.
So this is the rumour. Hotel staff, any strangers that are near you, they'll be listening into your conversation and feeding the information to the banker. Ooh. Are you getting chills every time I lower my voice and do that? No.
I also think that's the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard in my life.
Well, Joe, I thought that too. However,
but
when we're 3 hours into the conversation, you'll realise
the banker has ears.
That's just a little.
I've heard something similar about EastEnders.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
No, I'll wait for.
Off pod and frustration.
No. Tracy Ann's hopefully coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, give us a little sniffy little.
Go on.
Little bit of.
Type it.
A tiny bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. God, do you want to be messaged off pod? Do you want the thrill of knowing something that other people?
No, I don't want the hate.
So they're saying, watch what you say.
Yeah, information that you're saying will be fed back. And
so
every now and again,
what sort of stuff? Like,
well, the banker will say something like, I don't know. The banker will say, "Oh, you made a joke about a jacuzzi in the room, did you?" And then someone that's it's the show, the go will be like, I just said that randomly in private in the hotel. How on earth do you know that? Yes. So that's going on. So then let's go. So we're in the green room.
I'm listening to.
Honestly, you think Deal or No Deal is just this kind of happy kind of.
No. I'd read stuff about this show.
It's really bad. Some bits of it are really underground.
Yeah,
I think there's conspiracy theories about it.
That's why I wanted Paul on. I knew it had some dark.
I'm here to lift the lid.
Yeah.
I'm going to lift the lid.
12 years later.
Yeah.
When no one cares anymore. Right. So the bank would go, "Oh, so you went to Marbella for your holidays?"
Something like that. And they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And then remember, this is in live studio audience.
But how does that help it?
Well, it kind of like I think it's all the show, isn't it? It's to unnerve the person that's doing this. It's to kind of give character to the banker.
Gotcha.
And then it's a live studio audience, so the audience will go, "Ooh," because when that phone rings, you could hear a pin drop. Really? And I'm not joking. Really? When you're on the show,
hang on, let's get to that. Let's just
seriously now.
That's a lovely moment.
Let's pull over and let's chat.
Okay.
The moment the phone rings.
But remember the pin drop moment.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. What was that again? Oh, logistics. David was like, what colour the door was.
That is right up my street, the pin drop.
Yeah, so ring. Yeah, go on. How does that, what?
So you're in the green room.
Well, so we go home from the green room, right? So go back to the hotel.
Okay. Have they said to you won't be home for 5 weeks? Or
Yeah, so I think they said something like you stay away for a week.
Yeah.
And then you come home for a week and then you go back for 2 weeks.
Fucking hell. What? Are you being paid for this?
No.
Or no. You're just
pay.
rolling the dice that you're going to win big money.
In theory, each person can win.
Each person is going to win something, aren't they? Like even if it's a penny, if you all play.
You're going to leave with a penny. That's the worst case scenario. 3 weeks of your life.
I love that we don't know what you won. I can't wait for the reveal. Well, in this mansion, do you not? No, anyway. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were a big winner, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
but I don't know that. I don't know that. Yeah.
So
this could be a new game show in itself.
Who knows? Well, I was going to play the theme tune coming on, but then I thought I'll have terrible flashbacks. I've got to tell you more about Noel as well. We'll get on to Noel because he is just fantastic. And also incredibly cruel.
Okay, yeah.
Right, we got a lot.
Hang on. There's so much to talk about.
I don't think we could have got anyone better to do this. You literally start an amazing bit, move on. No. Hold on. We're going to the bit where the phone rings.
So you're there for a week, you go home for a week, they say you go home back for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I think it was probably maybe 3 or 4 days in, and then it's just random as someone goes off, they'll come in and they'll call one of our names.
You're just sat in that green room till
we're just sat waiting.
You reading a book? Are you reading a book? You watching something?
Not a big reader. No, probably just chats. Just chat about the mole. Who is it?
Just
is
chatting
it her?
For 4 days. You must have got
hours all day. Really.
Are you still friends with anyone?
No.
Oh, didn't.
Not after what happened. No, I'm only joking.
Oh,
David, you're right.
If we'd done this 12 years ago, there'd have been a scoop in this.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's say 3-4 days in. It's very every day is the same, right? And then the next minute, producer would be like, also you take all of your outfits, right? And they're just in that's where all the clothes are. So you take outfits for the shows that you're going to be on. And it's like no grey, no check, no long beanie hats. Can't remember what else it was. But yeah, stuff like that. So all my clothes were all lined up. And then it was, Paul, you're in.
What day? Day 4?
So I think it was probably day 3 or day 4, because that's probably it could be 15 shows later.
And when
right?
you get called, do people go, good luck, pat you on the back? And
it's a whole thing.
Moment? Yeah. So you fucking hell, got to put my clothes on?
So they come and dress you, and then you get a little bit of makeup on.
This is so good.
A little bit, if you've got an oily, I've got an oily forehead, you can't tell.
Don't you dare say that.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. But I have.
You get a bit of makeup.
You get a bit of makeup.
And you're chatting to the makeup artist because she's done it for years.
Yeah. Like I'm Brad Pitt. Yeah, I'm about to go on.
Is she giving because they're probably giving you a little bit of advice, saying they'd just be like, just be yourself.
We're like, what's Noel like? Because no one's met him yet. He's very kind. He's almost like a ghost.
He doesn't introduce himself to the new.
No. It's Noel.
Class.
He's like,
that's class.
He's top.
Do you think he's keeping himself mysterious? So you're sort of in awe of him when you come out. You go,
I think so. He knows. He holds himself.
Not silly.
I'd say I'm 3 feet taller than him, and he holds himself taller than I am.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Yeah, he's a giant.
I get it.
So you're ready to go. How nervous are you?
Yeah, at this point, I thought it's more. Is it? Yeah, it's more like just fear. Where am I going? How am I walking? Am I going to fall over?
Yeah.
It's all that stuff.
We get it, mate.
And they
absolutely get it. That's terrifying.
But then, honestly, the studio audience bit. I mean, you guys have obviously seen that a lot, but for a normal person, not hosts of the UK's top comedy podcast.
Number nine. It's fine. Number 9.
Right.
Well, could I ask one thing? How far are you led and who is leading you?
So it's a walk. It is a walk. I think it was the producer.
Chatting to you, saying little bits of advice or just...
Tiny bit of chat. Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah, you'll be fine. Just just go in, just stand there, blah, blah, blah.
Make sure you hit that. They saying things like, make sure you're standing there. Make sure you
Make sure you. If Noel talks to you,
don't
talk back. That's fine. But don't talk, don't butt in, don't interrupt, blah, blah, blah. If you got any ideas,
don't do these things to Noel. Don't agitate Noel.
That's it. Yeah. Don't look Noel in the eye was a rule for everyone. Everyone knows that because you'll go mental.
Really? Or was that made up?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No,
that's not serious.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
No, sorry.
So they lead you out. You walk into the studio like I'm in the brown timbered room.
So you
Was it brown? Was there a little wood there? Sort of remember.
Oh, no, I don't think there's a lot of wood. It's a studio. They can't have
the
fire.
floor was wood.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's so surreal when you first see it.
I bet.
And it's so bright. The lights are there. You can see all the boxes. You walk out in between the crowd.
Well, Joe's done it. He's done it.
Yeah,
For me, can you imagine it?
Well, I haven't done it like Paul has. I've just did a little 2-minute bit on it and then buggered off. So I haven't really done it.
Was it in the studio?
Pardon?
Was it in the actual studio?
Yeah, on the set of that. But I can't remember any of it. It was probably... Yeah, I sort of just went in and went out. So I was only...
Wow.
So you walk out. You've never done anything like this.
No.
Where's Noel at this point? Is he there? Is he in his changing room?
Noel wasn't there.
He's led away again, yeah.
Was there. And then I think the warm-up guy was doing the crowd. And I'm sure I got a little round of applause. Like, your new contestant is Paul.
And I asked, was the warm-up guy, do you remember if he had, was he trying to work out if it's Mark or Ian?
Yeah, I seen that you had a guy. I can't remember.
Was it? Yeah, right.
See whether they did it ages ago. Because it's a big chunk of time ago.
Mark did most of them.
Did he?
Yeah.
And it's so weird.
A lot of round of applause for you, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So I've done my wave. I've stood on my mark. And then I've obviously got my little mate here, my little mate there. And then you're now on the show. And then the next minute... and you're just like, oh, sorry, just before that, they hand out the boxes. So you're all stood and they come out and they go, here you go.
What are they like? Are they solid? Are they
very light?
Are they?
No weight. No weight whatsoever.
No weight.
Like magic boxes.
Weird.
No weight.
Except for a small piece of cardboard with a number.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Are you tempted to piss about with it? Because I think I'd be like...
Do not touch the boxes.
Is that what you're told?
Right.
Don't touch the boxes. Okay? Yeah.
So you've just joined them. You're under the lights.
Yeah.
You're checking everyone out. You're looking at the audience.
Yeah. How do I look?
Exactly.
I was pulling a face. My cheek muscles. I've smiled too much, so now my cheeks are shaking because I'm in a bit of shock.
And then is this when Noel walks out?
So then, what happened then? Then I think it was
when does Noel walk out?
So I think then they beam the music through. Audience are going crazy.
Oh
yeah.
So they go crazy. Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love the fact they go crazy.
Crazy. And then you've got the classic, the ones that I think there's audience members that are regulars.
Oh yes, Mark's told me that. Told me that. And Noel knows them, doesn't he? He goes,
yes, yeah.
Hello, John. You still living in?
God, I'd be a regular if I'd lived around there with nothing on.
It's a show. It's a proper show. Yeah,
nothing.
If I had nothing to do,
if I had nothing in my life, I'd definitely be there.
If I was unemployed, I'd go there.
No, I would. I can see why they wanted to be part of it.
Yeah. So music. Then here he comes. Okay.
Here he comes.
So as you're looking at the stage from the audience point of view, top right.
So I'm where am I? I'm on the right hand side in the corner, like here, probably like.
Oh yeah, where were you? 3 in? You were 3
probably
in,
about 3 in. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good.
So hang on a minute. I'm sat on the by the lectern or whatever, little poet. Are you on my right hand side or the left?
So for you, I'm on your left hand side.
So where Noel's looking to his left. Noel's looking at you to his left.
Noel's looking at me. Yeah. When Noel's looking at the group, I'm on the left-hand side.
And you're nearer to the audience than the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And can I ask one thing as well? When Noel comes in, is he on his own or is he with someone who's sort of, is someone doing his makeup or does he walk out on his own?
No, I'm pretty sure he just waltzed in.
Okay.
Heels.
He wears heels?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. I'm talking 3 inches. Maybe 3.5.
Really?
Big. Yeah. Honestly.
Isn't that too noticeable though?
No, because you have the flare gene.
Well, Ian mentioned it, and so's Paul.
Everyone spots it. They are too hot.
The first thing people say. But he wears like the cowboy
I asked
boots.
Ian this question. Is the scoreboard impressive?
I would say it's impressive. I think it looks cool. Yeah.
Ian was blasé about it, but he'd seen it a lot, hadn't he? This Paul's only seen
it looks like a good scoreboard.
Well, I feel like when you're in like contestant mode, your world is now in this studio and that hotel, and these are all your family.
Yeah.
And our leader is this like little.
Oh yeah, who's Daddy?
Oh, who was Daddy? I can't remember. Just one of the guys. Just a fella.
So when Noel walks out, they're not recording at that point, are they?
No. So he came out.
Bit of banter.
Not huge. No. I don't think he did any banter.
What
no
about
chats.
anything to you being the newbie? Did he give you a little wave or a wink?
So first time around, no chat. So I'm there. I think he might have said welcome, Paul, and then he went straight into where he's going.
Just gave you enough.
He said hello.
Yeah.
Okay. And that for me was like God saying hello to me. But I didn't say hello back because I thought I'm not allowed to speak.
Are you really not allowed to speak?
Well, because it's the whole thing. And when, God's talking, you don't interrupt. You just kind of nod and say, okay.
Fucking hell, that's a weird thing, isn't it?
Honestly, the environment was crazy. So when, so he would have said hello. Then we've gone through a few shows and blah, blah, blah. Gone back to the hotel room. We're all friends now. You bond quick, right?
When you're out there, not so much in the green room, but when you're out there.
Green room is fine. When you're in the hotel, then you're like, oh, this is crazy, isn't it? And this is blah, blah, blah.
Did anyone get off with anyone?
There was no snogging. No intercourse. But then you've got to remember the caliber of all of us, like we're daytime TV watchers or unemployed people.
Yeah.
We weren't,
no one with a decent body.
No one, not really, just Noel. And he was unattainable, for me, for anyone.
Yeah, no, fair
enough. So where did we go after that? So we went back to...
Two game, can I ask quickly, any big winners so far, which you were out there? A couple of, any
I think there was a 30 grander. Now, on the grand scale of things, that's big money.
Is it?
Yeah, that's big money. Yeah,
right-hand side of the board, isn't it?
That's a blue. That's a blue. That's a blue. Is it a blue?
No, it's not a blue. It's a red.
Blue.
It's not one. Is it one of your top 5?
I think
Power
it was
5?
someone settling, someone doing a deal. So they would have cashed out early. But I think the first on the red is like 5,000 or something.
Those are
it might be 1,000.
Yeah. No, she power 5 is 250, 100, 75, 50.
25.
15. Or something like that.
That's a little bit of confidence there, David, didn't you?
It did dwindle.
Because I don't think there's a 75, and I think you
felt there is.
No, there is.
Is there?
There is. Right. But I don't think... Is it 100 or 125? Can't remember.
100.
100. There you go. Absolute confidence. Absolute confidence. I don't know.
In your lane, mate.
I'm worried. I'm going to say this now. We've got 20 minutes of this recording left, and I don't want to rush it.
Well, what do we say? Get pulled back?
Well, yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Definitely. Let's just keep taking our time, and wherever we are
we're in 15 minutes, wherever we are, we need to put a pin in that.
Imagine that, part 2 in November.
And then part 2, people are going, what the fuck is this?
What if I disappeared?
Oh.
You don't know. So I need to be protected after this.
Basically, I don't want to rush it. So it is what it is. Let's just keep crawling.
Okay, I agree. But we have to stop at 5-2, David, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh. doing something else.
Yeah, we are.
Little, yeah.
We are actually. Yeah.
We've got we've got Ryan Reynolds at 10 past 2. We have.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic if you did.
You, Ryan Reynolds, and then another contestant from Deal or No Deal. Very up and down day.
And is it Bong Bong and Mole that's doing
hello,
the whole
Ryan.
interview?
Yeah, we're all die.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Even Paul doesn't like him.
Oh no, I love Bong Bong and Mole.
Well, tell us that then, because we need to. It takes a lot out of us. Right, go
on. So
let's take our time. Yeah.
When we went back to the hotel, a couple of nights.
How many recordings did you do before you went back to the hotel that night? 1, 2?
No, probably 3 or 4.
And what was it? So you got called in quite early in the morning then?
Yeah, so I think it was like you're up at, I don't know.
But what I mean, when you got your pool, it's you. That was that was in the morning of that day. It wasn't in the afternoon.
No, that was in the green room.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is you did a full day of standing and doing behind your box.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So by the end of the day, you'd done 2 or 3 recordings. You must have relaxed a bit.
Yeah, you settle into it. You understand how to open the box.
That looks tricky.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. How heavy is it? Am I going to throw it over my head?
Yeah, because a lot of people sort of fiddle with that Velcro and like fucking around.
Do the thing.
Some people have to redo theirs. You know what I mean? Because they're like, fucking get on with it.
I never had a redoer, but I imagine that there would have been redoers because it is an art form. Yeah, it's quite delicate, but you need a bit of pressure.
Would have been redoers.
Yeah, and the lid is so light. And it's just like a boom. But obviously, you don't know what you've got until you read their face.
Is it on the lid? I can't remember. Is it on
it's
the lid?
It's inside the lid.
Yeah, inside the lid.
That comes out and you go...
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know.
Sorry, Paul. So before we go back to your hotel room...
Right.
They say... They whatever they do... camera ready, lights, whatever
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
Worked in telly for a few years.
It was the music that kicked it off.
Okay, so what's it like? What's it like? Firstly, watching Noel do his intro, and then what's it like watching someone play the game up close?
First of all, they make you dance at the music. So when the music comes on, we all do a dance, okay?
Were you comfortable doing that, or were you uncomfortable?
Of course he was. He walked into the fucking rehearsals. So.
Yeah, it was all right. But I'm silly, so I'm doing all this stuff and blah, blah, doing the worm.
I didn't do the worm. Trousers off.
That's it. So let's go back to David's question, actually. So Noel then walks in, and he is just on beat. He is just in there.
A machine.
And he's just, hello, welcome, today we've got this person, blah, 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 blah. And then he'll have like a nice little chat. And then it's kind of like, okay, off you go.
Did he not introduce you in that first round because you're new?
There was kind of like...
To the audience, you mean? To the audience at home?
Audience at home. Do they not go, this is Paul?
I think we started and then kind of midway through the show and it was like, oh, and welcome to Paul. I think it was one of them. Because
they're sort of used to someone fucking off once they've sort of done their bit and then someone just replaces and it's
someone just comes in.
And you don't know them yet, so you haven't bought into them, have you?
Yeah, I think he waited and then I remember my first interaction was nothing. Second interaction was chaos. First interaction, welcome Paul, everybody. But it was probably like 20, 30 minutes in and I'm pretty sure it was when she picked my box. And it was like, okay, box number 3. And this is Paul. Hi, everyone.
Fucking hell, what's that like? Are you nervous at that point?
That's mental because you know what number you are. I'm number 4. And it's just you're kind of like, do I want you to say 4? And be like, okay.
Yeah.
I fucked it up. Blah,
good
blah.
luck. Good luck, Daphne.
No, you only do that if you're at the end, don't you?
No, you can have a little, can just be like,
it's been great knowing you, Daphne.
I hope you get all love. You're a princess.
I had no feedback, and I'm sure she was lovely, but I had no feedback.
Didn't you give it any of that? Didn't you give it some of that?
What did you say? So she said, Paul,
number 4,
please. What did you say?
I just opened.
Wow, professional.
I'm opening. I haven't got any lines. I'm not.
Why are you nervous in that moment? It's like, fuck, the cameras are on me.
Well, yeah, the cameras are beaming. It's hot. I've got this oily forehead.
And you've been standing up for sodding ages. You're standing up.
Yeah, you're stood. And you've got one little glass of water underneath. There's like these little shelves.
How long are you standing for?
Love the shelves.
Shelves, fantastic.
How long are you standing for?
All day. All day.
There's no stool there, and I guess
there's only elderly people.
Unless you need a stool.
So many questions. Let's just calm
rapid
down.
Am I asking questions before you answer?
Tell us everything.
For fuck's sake, what a mess.
What did it smell like?
Right. One step at a time.
David, you need to sort this out because I'm asking.
Yeah, you're not listening to the answers.
No, I'm machine gunning questions.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Question one.
I'll listen to it back and listen to
Go
it.
on. Question one. Hit me.
Can I ask the question?
Absolutely.
So, I've got about 4, but I'll do one.
I have as well.
I'll ask one and then you ask one, David.
Yeah.
When you lifted it up,
do
you see it or do you have to, how do you see it? Because you're behind it.
You read the face of the participant.
Wow.
We don't know.
Yeah. So you go like that. You've got no idea. You're the only person who doesn't know, basically.
I don't know. Everyone knows. And everyone will go, now remember, and the story's coming up, which will be episode 7. We've got 1p kisses. Back then, we have to kiss strangers, remember?
What?
Oh, don't. You don't remember the 1p kiss?
Oh, I know. When someone does shit, everyone rallies round, right?
No. So let's say, for argument's
you have to
sake,
get off with Noel.
Let's say it's David's
What about the £10 finger?
Lovely bit of business.
Lovely, wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. So the 1p
kiss.
So it's David's go. He's the contestant. He's sat next to Noel. He's on his stool because the contestant does get a stool. He's next to the phone. He's got his box in front of him. What's in that box is what he's thinking, right? David goes, I'm going to have box number 2, please, Noel. Right? Joe, you're on box number 2.
Okay.
Joe lifts his box. Okay? It's the 1p.
And this is at any point in the game.
Any point, there's uproar. Joe's got the number 1p. Joe's got 1p. Crowd are loving it.
Because that's gone. That's gone. That's safe. They're not going to get 1p. Yes.
But what 1p means, the rule is David now goes to kiss Joe on the lips because Joe's got the 1 penny. And it's called the 1p kiss. Yes. That's right.
On the lip. Right. On the lips.
Well, you can do a bit on the cheek, but the audience will give you a bit of a boo, put some effort into it, but, do something. Or slip a tongue in, or at least hold his cheek.
Are you fucking sick? I'm going to Google 1p kiss.
I've sent you a picture. I'll send it again.
Paul, can I just backtrack a little bit? You stood behind your box.
Yes.
You mentioned a shelf and a drink. What am I looking at if I'm in your position?
You're looking at unpainted. Okay.
Yeah.
You're looking at one shelf.
Yeah.
And you're looking at MDF, right?
Yeah.
And it's just tall enough for a pint glass, not tall enough for a tall bottle of water.
Right.
And you've got your bottle in there. And what's weird is that is your little safe place.
Yeah.
Can I say you've got control over
no, you
that?
can't.
No, okay, sure.
Go on. What do you mean safe place? What else do you put in there?
So you have no control over the environment that you're in. You have no control. If Noel talks to you and says, go and do a little handstand over there for the crowd, you're going doing a handstand, right? You're not going, no, you're going doing a handstand.
So does anyone say I'm not doing that, Noel?
No, to God, not in that space.
I'm not handstanding or dancing. I'm not
Joe,
doing
just
either.
Whip your t-shirt off for me, please. You'd be like,
I'll do that, actually.
Well, you do that anyway, if anyone else. So that's your little safe space. You have control over what you put in it. Every now and again, you might just look at your space.
What did you put anything in it?
Little water. I had a little bottle.
Is that what everyone does? Just a little water.
So Dave,
can you
probably
eat?
There was lunch, but you can't eat.
You couldn't eat on set. You couldn't have sweets on it.
No, absolutely not. No, you would be carted out. Now there is a story that I've got, which we can get to actually. In fact, so
is this a lovely way to sort of?
Let's end part 1 with this story.
How long have we got?
5 minutes. 4 minutes.
Well,
4 minutes.
if that, because I've got to stop this. And
2 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. So
okay, I'll record it and I'll say whatever happens. We stop wherever it is in the story. We'll stop it.
So let's end with moles, because the next two stories kind of branch out and start a whole new, branches and trees of all sorts of different stuff going on. So when you first start having chats and you're all comfortable with each other, the hot topic of conversation is how much would you deal? Because
yes, of course.
The whole thing is, would you go to the end? Yeah, of course I would. You wouldn't, because you've got a number.
Yes.
Right? What's your number?
Oh, what will you bail out at?
Yeah. If the banker calls up and he says, I like the cut of your jib,
2 minutes
looking
left.
confident, I'm going to call you out and see whether you bail. And obviously, if you do take a deal, you're kind of seen as a bit of an embarrassment. But you've got your money in your pocket. Yeah.
Well, you want entertainment, don't you, on the show?
But you want...
No, but yeah, all right.
Well, from a selfish perspective, you'd be like...
1 minute 30 left.
Yeah, you would want, just get me the money and get me out of here.
It is.
So I said to my colleagues and my friends, my family, my compatriots, I would take 15 grand. Okay?
Quite a low number. What was that number?
15K. Remember, jobless, living at the parents. I'll take the 15. We could stop it there if you want.
No. Keep going. You've got 1 minute 9 seconds.
Well, then we go into my show.
No, let's leave it there.
So I would cliffhanger.
Perfect.
I've just set up episode 2.
You really have. Paul, you were perfect for this. This is what I want to say, because the amount of detail you're prepared to go into, no one else could be asked to tell David just in that much detail how much the back of the plinth.
I've not even started. You don't even know.
So we've got 30 seconds there. Have we got some exciting stuff in part 2?
You wouldn't believe it. You won't believe it.
People at home, don't Google what he...
No. So have you got some exciting stories?
David, I would say I've dipped your toes.
Okay.
Wait till you get to your kneecaps. Wait till here's that belly button.
7, 6, 5.
Paul,
4.
it's been an absolute delight. We'll be in contact.
Amazing. Yeah, till next. I think we should do. I reckon there could be 10 eps in this.
Listen, if we can stretch 3 eps out of this, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm
Stretch
here.
3 eps. Can we do 3 eps?
You don't
David?
even know. Anyway, right. So I jump off.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Paul.
Paul. Speak to you
Cheers,
again, bloody
gents.
soon.
Brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
Well
Cheers.
done.
Fuck me, that's good.
We need to go so you can download.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Amazing.